I've seen many people with average technical skills but great communication skills move ahead quickly. On the other hand, I've also seen people with excellent technical knowledge but weak communication skills struggle to get noticed. Why? Because what the world needs is great communicators who have technical knowledge and can work with others and collaborate in a team. This is one of the most ignored aspects when it comes to international experiences. Most people focus on strategies on how to improve their language skills or speaking skills. But here's the truth. Even if you have the best strategy in the world, if you don't work on this side, your international experience will be full of struggles. I had experienced this in my own international experience multiple times in different situations. For example, when I was learning the language at the beginning, I would tell myself I can't do it because I'm too old to learn a language. I can't do it because I'm an introvert. I can't do it because I live in a non-English speaking country. Things changed for me when I came across a concept in psychology, which is called self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's talk about these ideas more in depth. Speaking a language as a professional in international context isn't just about words and grammar. It's about how you think, feel, and see yourself and the world. So many non-native speakers struggle because they don't look at the big picture and they only focus on the language side. As a result, they ignore the hidden sides that are sometimes even more important for a successful international experience. Today, we'll talk about some of those hidden sides and how to work on them so you can finally speak with confidence and impact. This video is part of a series called The Reality of International Life as a Professional. If it's something that interests you, subscribe for the other editions. Let's start with the most visible part. Speaking the language is the only part most non-native speakers focus on when they think about having international experiences. While this is important, it's not the only important part. But I decided to talk about this first because it's the first thing non-native speakers think about on this journey. I'm going to take this topic one step further and dig deeper into the different layers of speaking. There are 3 different layers to speaking a language, and depending on your life and career goals, you can choose which layer to aim for. Layer 1 is fine if you just want to pass exams. Layer 2 is necessary if you want to use the language in real life and internationally. Layer 3 is essential if you want to be a manager, leader, business owner, or simply someone who wants to create impact and build deeper connections with others. So, what are these layers? Let's break them down. This is where everyone starts. It's about learning the rules, memorizing words, understanding grammar, and getting familiar with the sentence structure. Can you learn this part on your own? With all the resources available online today, you can learn the basics on your own. It may take a bit longer to find the best method and the right resources, but you can do it on your own. The biggest challenge here for non-native speakers is getting to a point where they can speak fluently. If that's something you're struggling with and you want to speed up the process, a language teacher can help you, especially for the fluency part. At this level, you go from beginner to intermediate or upper intermediate level. If your goal is to prepare for an exam, then this level might be enough for you. But if you want to have more international experiences and use the language in real life as a professional, this alone isn't enough. That's where the next layer comes in. Speaking the language confidently. This is where many learners get stuck. They've learned the rules, but they may lack the confidence to speak in real life situations. But here's the key. If you only practice speaking on your own, even if it's talking with different apps or AI, you're not building your confidence skill. You're just building your language skills. Confidence comes from real interactions with other humans. You can train fluency on your own, but you can't train confidence unless you put yourself out there in real life conversations. Speaking confidently is a separate skill that you must develop as a professional. It requires a more human side. It's about how you manage your emotions and thoughts in the moment, in the middle of the conversation. And just like any other skill, you can develop it with practice and taking action. At this stage, you not only need to keep learning the language, but also work on your confidence and mindset. But how can you do that? You can meet international people, join online communities or speaking classes, and start connecting with people. If you feel stuck at this level, you can get help from a language coach to help you get unstuck. Maybe there are some limiting beliefs or mental blocks that are stopping you from taking action. And until you don't address this, you will be stuck at the same level. You need to learn and understand how to work with your mind and emotions as your best friend. And this is personal. What's stopping you from expressing yourself confidently can be different from what another person experiences. This brings us to layer 3, effective communication skill. If you want to be a leader, manager, business owner, or someone who has impact and influence, you need more than just speaking a language and speaking it confidently. You need to work on your effective communication skills. This means learning how to connect deeper and make an impact. You need to learn how to express your ideas clearly and persuade others. How can you do that? By learning about human behavior and some practical psychology lessons. And in the age of AI, this is the skill that you need both in your personal and professional life. After I graduated and started working, I realized how important this skill is. No matter the field you're in, the world needs people who can connect, lead, and inspire. If you want to understand what this journey looks like, you can check the training I've prepared that shows you the full roadmap. Click on the link in the description. Now, let's move on to another side of international experiences when it comes to speaking a language as a professional. This is one of the most ignored aspects when it comes to international experiences. Most people focus on strategies on how to improve their language skills or speaking skills. But here's the truth. Even if you have the best strategy in the world, if you don't work on this side, your international experience will be full of struggles. The mental side is about your mindset, the stories you tell yourself, the beliefs you have, and the way you see the world. Your mindset shapes your experience. This can either limit your international experience or be the key to your success. And if you don't adopt the right mindset, it can hold you back from speaking and connecting with others. So let's talk about it more in depth. A victim mindset is when someone always blames other people or things for their problems. Instead of trying to find a way to fix the problems, they feel like they can't do anything to change it. It's when you say, I can't do it because of this and that. This makes you feel like you're just the victim of the situation and the world. And I guarantee, if this becomes your mindset, you will always find reasons for you to be the victim of the situation. It can be easily done. I had experienced this in my own international experience multiple times in different situations. For example, when I was learning the language at the beginning, I would tell myself I can't do it because I'm too old to learn a language. I can't do it because I'm an introvert. I can't do it because I live in a non-English speaking country. And this kind of mindset only made me more depressed, more passive, and demotivated. Maybe it's true that it can be easier for younger people to learn a language. Maybe it's true that it can be easier for extroverts or people who live in an English-speaking country to learn the language. But it didn't help me to keep telling myself I can't do it because of this and that. This mindset is very dangerous because it keeps you stuck and in the same place. And I had to learn this lesson multiple times in my life, not just when learning the language. When I got my teaching certificate at the age of 19, I almost wanted to stop because I thought to myself, I'm too young to teach people in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. Or when I moved abroad, I thought people were treating me differently because I'm a foreigner or because of my nationality. Things changed for me when I came across a concept in psychology, which is called self-fulfilling prophecy. It simply means that whatever you believe deeply about yourself and the world, you unconsciously act in a way that make it come true. For example, if you believe I'm not good at this language, you'll avoid speaking and as a result you won't improve. Or if you believe people won't accept me, you'll act defensive and impatient, which might make people keep their distance. Here's how it works. You have a specific belief, so you take an action based on that belief. That action creates a result, and that result makes your belief stronger. Whatever you believe, you create. If you focus on problems, you will find more problems. But if you focus on the solutions, you start seeing the opportunities. In almost all the cases for me, things completely changed when I shifted my mindset from being a victim. So if not a victim, then what? A victor mindset means you take responsibility for your experience. Instead of blaming external factors, you accept the situation and focus on what you can control. Instead of saying, I can't because of this and that, I ask myself, how can I do it? Asking a different question helps our mind to find the right answer. In my case, instead of saying I can't learn a language because I'm too old or an introvert, I asked myself, how can I find a method that works for my situation? Instead of saying I can't speak the language because I live in a non-English speaking country, I asked myself, how can I create that environment for myself? So what happened? As a result, I made my language classes a priority. Back then, when I was young, we didn't have high-speed internet like now. It was a dial-up connection that would connect to the phone line, and to practice speaking English, I would use Yahoo Messenger. So I would join movie clubs, book clubs, and would practice speaking with others. And in case of teaching, instead of saying I can't teach a language at 19 to adults, I asked myself, how can I become such a good teacher that people would love to take part in my classes? And finally, instead of saying people treat me differently because of my nationality or being a foreigner, I asked myself, what are some interesting things that I can share about my culture so that they become curious and want to learn more about my culture? So the victor mindset comes from turning I can't because of this and that into how can I do it? And remember, your mind is designed to give you the answer. You just need to ask the right question. And this is actually one of the most important mindset shifts that you need to make, not only for speaking the language, but also for other areas of your journey. I know having international experiences and speaking another language is an emotional roller coaster. One day you feel excited, and the next day you struggle with self-doubt, fear, or stress. It's filled with a lot of ups and downs. That's why learning to work with your mind and managing your emotions are as important as improving your language skills. And that's for today's video. Let me know in the comment section your favorite part of the video. And if you enjoyed this edition and want to explore other sides of having international experiences as a professional, click this playlist to watch other editions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.